Hi, everyone. It's Anne, and we have Megan from Lovebird Heartworks. We are going to be working with Artesprix today. So, we're just going to have a fun project. I think that we're both trying something new. Is that accurate, Megan?
Yes, I'm going to be using, well, I've used Artesprix a whole lot.
Yes.
Uh, However, I've never used this as I'm intending on using it today.
Okay, awesome. I've never used the refills either. So I saw something on. So here's my inspiration. I am going to share a Crane's crafting workshop. And it's for Halloween. So her theme is, Halloween. And every person that comes is bringing a treat for the 20 attendees. And we're also doing a memory dex card swap. So I finished my project. So this is what I have. I'm doing this little thing. It's a ring pop and a strawberry lip balm. Isn't that cute?
Yes.
And then my swap is, just like the memory dex card. So my whole thing is like, I want it to be pink and like the fun colors. And then, just the words boo and eek and whatever. So I'm thinking I want to do the same. I want to create the same thing, but a splatter of the colors. And then I'm going to use the stamps to do the words in black so that the black's going to definitely come through. Is that what
Yeah.
you're doing?
Hey, yeah, that's totally it. That's it. I've
Okay.
got my stuff. I've got all my stuff right here. I've got my little plate. I've got my letters. I've got, yep, I've got
I
it.
love it. I love it. Well, so here's the thing, everyone. In case we mess up, because I'm doing something that I saw on TikTok. So I'm gonna wing it and try it out. I mean, that's Ashley just popped on. Ashley knows, like, I'm kind of just, I like to experiment. But um I did this last year, and I want to show you how vibrant the colors are on this material. So this was like, I used this as a my daughter and I made these. We used the stamps, so the ink pad for the black outline, and then we used the markers to color it in. And look at, I mean, it's so vibrant.
Love it.
And I love this stamp. I thought it was so cute and thought it was so clever because I bought little seeds that went in there, and we gave them to our neighbors. So I thought it looked so cute. So I know this is going to look good, but
Yes.
we're going to experiment. So in case it doesn't work out, I just want to show you like an actual finished project.
Am hoping that what I have in my brain can materialize onto what we have here today. While we're showing artistry projects, this is one of my favorite ones right here.
Oh, what is it?
This is a mug that I painted.
Wow. Okay, can you walk me through how you did that? Because that looks not hand, free,
Yeah.
free. What is it? Free.
Well, I myself and a ruler sat down and penciled out all the lines. And then I used the black marker and I did all the lines in black marker. And then I filled it in with paint. So I used the Artistprix paints and I just did each one of the little squares.
But it freehand basically, like you painted, you didn't have like a structure because it looks so good.
No.
And the
It,
colors are so bright.
right? So that was kind of like my test. Like, how can I get these? I just wanted to see the true colors. Like, a lot of times I
Yeah.
like to mix them, but I really just wanted to see, like, how bright does the red get? How yellow does the yellow get? And so, I mean, you can see the paint marks,
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
right? But I like it. I like it like
Love
that. It's
it.
one of my
Yeah.
favorites.
So that's one of the things that I love about Artistry products is that one, it gives you a really good taste of sublimation without having to buy a sublimation printer. If you
Yes.
have a sublimation printer, it's still good. You can
Yeah.
mix the two. Like I mix everything in. Like when I'm really, really trying to incorporate everything, I've got my Cricut going, I've got my sublimation printer, and I've got Artistry. So like you can combine all three, or you can start into sublimation without the sublimation printer just by using, I mean, you have a huge range of products.
Yeah.
Um, and it really lets you be super creative because you can be as artistic as you want. So, all right, let me show you what I saw this on TikTok. It involves foil paper. So I want to do it two different ways. The one that I saw on TikTok was they used markers, and they just did like this, like just little splotches, scribbles. And then I actually bought a spray, a water bottle spray. So with just water, when you spray it onto the foil, it kind of really blends the colors. And then I'm going to dip the paper on, and then I'm going to stamp afterwards.
Yep.
Um, so that's going to be my first one. I almost like I feel like I really want to test out the difference between the ink and the markers. So if we have time, I'm going to try to do both.
Yeah. I love to use the paints and the inks as a almost like a watercolor. I've done it where I've drawn on foil and then I've sprayed it and then put the paper right on top of it. Uh,
Uh-huh.
I've also done it where I will take some of the ink and draw a little scribble and then dip into that with an actual paintbrush so that I can be really deliberate about how
Like
it looks.
where it
How it looks.
goes. Yeah. And how
Yeah.
much. Okay,
Yes.
I love it. All right. So I'm gonna stick to my Halloween colors, which I'm doing orange, purple, pink, and green.
Same.
So
But colors. I'm
I love it. I
Halloween,
love it.
but I'm going more like just red and black. I'm going bloody and
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
we're going bloody and bold today. Okay.
I love it. Okay. I'm a little bit worried that this pink isn't gonna come through for me. So we'll see.
And remember it always shows up bolder after you
Yes.
heat it too. So
Okay.
that is definitely something to consider, especially when working with like pastel colors. So I am first just going to take a quick outline of the wine bag so that I know that all my details are going to be kept inside those parameters.
Oh, I forgot to do that. But I
So it's
saw the
just,
wine bag. It was kind of on the shorter side, right? So I think
yeah,
good.
I mean, and it's pencil. So if you're using pencil to trace the outline of your blank, it's not going to transfer. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I could even come in a little bit further because I also don't want to press along the seam. Okay. So I'm also going to start with my letters first.
Oh, you are.
I am. I'm going to do the letters first. Yeah.
Can you tell me why? Because I thought about the process and I was gonna do that last.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I have a feeling that with the way that I'm going to apply the ink, I may end up with like some puddles. And I think that to stamp into a puddle is going to create a bigger mess than if I
It's already there.
puddle
Okay.
on top of the stamping.
You like how we're talking about puddles?
Yeah. I'm literally just gonna take this sublimation ink and I'm just going to kind of drop it across. So like Anna and I said, I've never used the ink as a standalone. I've used it to re-ink my stamp pads, which I'm also gonna be using. But I've never done it in this sort of technique.
All right. So I'm gonna spray mine. I probably should have watched the video one more time. I don't know if I should swirl it around.
You could.
I know. Let me see.
Okay.
I guess I can always test it out. I can just smush it down, and if I don't like it, I can redo it.
Yeah, which is kind of the coolest part about just being able to use copy paper.
Yeah.
So, you know, even if you're just using copy paper, it's like, oh, there's a couple cents. And you can really play with what it's going to look like before you put it on your blank. I think that's fun.
So this is what it looks like, Megan.
I like it.
I kind of like it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the cool thing is if you, I mean, I'm using this as my reference. So I know the colors are going to come through. So I
Yep.
think with the black ink, okay, so I'm going to let this dry. And what
Okay.
I'm going to do is I'm going to use my refill inks right now and see how that's going to work out. So,
Awesome. So I am just adding these letters to the stamp pad. And I have to share, the first time that I used these letters, I had to wrap my mind around it for like 30 seconds. Okay, maybe longer. Because so when you stamp, you need it backwards. And
right.
when you sublimate, you also need it backwards. So the two negatives kind of cancel each other out. So when you're looking at these stamps, it looks right.
Okay. Okay. You're going to have to walk me through it when I'm ready for that point again.
Oh, I mean, you just lay them out and you lay them out exactly as you would want them.
Uh-huh.
I love it. I love seeing you guys in the comments. I'm just in our StreamYard, but thank you guys so much for joining us. We're just
I
playing.
know. Sorry. I know. Um I'm so wrapped up in my project. I forgot to look at the comments.
No, you're good. You're good. People are just dropping in, saying hello. Barbara says she's so curious because she's never used Artesprix before.
Oh my
So
gosh.
I'm using their stamps. This is their alphabet. This is from Artesprix. I'm using the stamp pads. And then Anne and I are both playing with these stamp ink refills today. I think that's what you just dropped on your page right now.
Yes. Well, the funny thing is, like, these are originally meant to re-ink your stamp pads. Um, but we never just do things the way they're meant to be done.
Right. So
so
right.
so
Okay.
I'm using it just for ink, and then I'm gonna spray this in a second, and we're gonna see how this turns out. I don't know.
Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and stamp my letters. I do have two stamp sets here, and that's how I'm able to use, two E's, but I'm still going to have to do it in 2 rounds. So I'm going to do here 4. We're doing a little pun on Halloween and wine. So we're going to say here for the booze.
Oh my gosh, can I show you what I made for that then? I love
Did
that.
you do same?
I did do something, but hold on. I just gotta find it. Oh, here it is.
Love it.
So of course we're gonna go trick or treating, right? So
Yes.
I made a little fanny pack, and it's in glow in the dark. So it says boo and booze.
I love it. Boo and booze. Okay.
Okay, so okay, I feel like I'm gonna like the ink refills more
Yes.
because the colors are just like it's deeper. Like I feel like the colors are gonna be better.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see.
It kind of bleeds a little bit more? Is that the right?
Yeah, it just there was more substance to it, so it just
Yeah.
feels like, oh, I don't know. Maybe this is not. I don't know. So yeah, let me show you what it looks like. Hold on.
I love it. Okay. I am still just going through.
So
Okay.
this is what I have so far. This is markers, and this is the ink refills. So you can see that like the concentration is definitely different. Like this feels more like
Good.
water brush, and this feels more like very like there.
I'm curious to
like
see how the black ink would hold up against the one that's on your left, against the
yeah.
spots.
Okay, so we will see. You know what? I like your idea of. I have also 2 sets of stamps. So
Mhm.
let me go get it so that I can spell everything out.
So I am just putting these on one by one. And then I'm going to stamp this right underneath where that, and then I will be getting messy. And you already did all the messy parts, so now I'm going to join you.
Okay, so you said I'm going to spell this out the way I would spell it out.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because when I do this, E-E-K. Oh, it is backwards. Okay. It's like I don't trust myself.
I know. I know. It messes with your brain a little bit.
It's like I don't know. Like I feel like I'm a scientist and all I'm doing is putting letters on to stamp it properly. This is
There's that chemistry again, Ashley. Ashley and I were talking about how the chemistry plays into the sublimation and the crafting and just how fun it is. Okay, so I've got this one. I'm going to drop it right here. Here for the booze. Okay. And then I'm going to put all these aside later and I will wash them. Do you have the cleaner spray, the Artesprix cleaner spray?
I do.
That's my favorite for cleaning these things up. So I'll get it out now, but I won't do it just yet because I want to get to the fun, messy part.
So I'm just reading the comments right now, and Debbie said maybe I should have swirled the inkers a little bit.
To give it more of a...
Yeah, so not so splotchy, but like more blended. All right. Yeah. I'm going to run and go get foil. I'll be right back.
Okay, I'm going to start dropping my ink right onto this page. And we're just going to see how it goes. And because I already have the letters here, I can kind of just drop it around there. I'll give it a little mix first. Okay. And I have a gun here just in case this gets like too liquidy and I need to hurry up and do like some drying. Okay.
Because I feel like we have time.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna redo that one.
Okay.
Or maybe I'll press. Should I press front and back so we really see a difference?
That would be awesome.
Okay. So let me redo this.
I have this little air tool. And so I put down that first drop of red and it was just like a drop.
Yeah.
So I blasted it with some of this, and it gave me this little blood splatter situation.
I love it.
Yes. Yes. So Dee was thinking the same. I have a brush here too that I was going to water down some of the ink and then come through and do like some real fine splatters towards the end. I just wanted to get some real inky blobs down there first.
I like I feel like every time I'm crafting we come up with new words.
Yeah. Check out the inky blobs. Okay. And I don't want like too many. And it's actually drying pretty quickly.
So was it D? Do I spray the water first and then mix it, or should I mix it now and then do water? Mix it now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
My husband's popping in for a quick cameo.
Oh, I love it.
We're making a wine bag.
I love it.
Thank you.
We're here for the booze?
Yeah. We're just
nice.
I don't even drink wine all that much, but I can gift it in this, right? It's not like I'm gonna just carry my wine bag around in my own house. Hello, husband. His name is Steve.
Hello.
I don't drink wine a lot, but when I do.
Oh, so I just dropped a drop right on top of that. So let's see what happens. Okay, this is where the creative play comes in. I have a little bit of alcohol here, and I'm gonna see what happens if I take this little pipette and maybe make a bigger pool.
Oh, that's what I'm going to do. It's like runny, so I'm going to just see if this.
So we're just gonna see what happens. I promise. I'm like, we're professionals, I swear. No, but really, like, this is what you will end up doing with all of these things in your house. Like, ooh, can I do this? And can I do this? And I think that's one of my most fun things about playing with the Artesprix. Okay, that looked really bloody.
Mine or yours? Oh, yours? Oh, that does look like.
Gross.
I'm almost wondering, what if I like smush up my foil before I dip my paper?
Ooh. Kind of give it a little crumple.
Should I? Okay, I'm gonna try it.
Love it.
Okay. And that might give it even a tie-dye look, like, you know, with the creases, because the foil has the indentations now. All right, let's see what we've got.
Okay, I'm having too much fun over here making blood splatters. Yeah, so this is just copy paper. I literally just pulled this out of my printer. It's not sublimation printer paper. It's just copy paper. Easy peasy.
I'm gonna go with 80-pound cardstock paper. And the
Okay.
reason why is this is really wet.
Mm-hmm.
So I almost feel like I'm just gonna go for it, and it'll just give me extra texture.
I also have my desk completely covered with this protective blue mat. And this is just so that I'm protecting my work surface, because you have that layer of foil right there. That's awesome.
Kind of like it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. So I've got that down there.
Oh, I should have done that.
Do y'all think that that's a sufficient amount of big splatters? And I can just fill in the rest with just some little fine splatters. What do we think?
Okay.
I think that's what I'm gonna do. Okay.
So I'm gonna.
I'm putting a little pool of alcohol here in the corner because apparently I'm here with the booze.
Nice.
Wrong kind of alcohol. Don't drink rubbing alcohol. Okay, and then I'm going to put a couple drops of the refill ink in there. Yes, time for fine splatters. Okay, cool, Debbie. So I'm going to do like 3 drops in there. Nope, maybe 5. And then...
Awesome.
I know. I love them.
They're very nice.
I know.
I love the side commentary. If you're gonna be making comments, you actually need to show your face.
Show your face. Oh my goodness.
Hi.
That was the face.
Right?
Hi.
The non-money maker.
Oh, stop. So I've got some alcohol and my refill ink in here, and I'm just kind of gonna do a little cast off. If you're a true crime fan.
Jeez.
What? I'm just saying. And then I'm gonna give it just a little bit of flicks on there too, to just kind of fill it in. Oh my gosh, this is really fun.
It's nice.
Okay. And
Very
this is
CSI.
It is very CSI. This is why I covered my desk with a protective layer, because I figured it would get a little messy, especially once I brought in this flicking situation.
I just want to let you know the nosy neighbor has already called the police.
Oh my gosh. Thank you.
You went full full chemist with your gloves.
Well, I'm sorry. I knew that
No
it was going to get like
fingerprints.
really.
I almost feel like I'm stamping eek right now. I almost feel like I should add a G and do geek for you just because you're like totally geeking out right now. I love it.
I'm dying over here. No pun intended. Really, this is ridiculous.
All right,
Okay.
I'm gonna go
So,
get paper towels. I did not think I was gonna be this messy. I'll be
oh
right
my
back.
gosh, I didn't want to add like too much of this in there, but that just looks really fun. Okay. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over this, at least just the center part, maybe the whole thing with one more stamp just to make sure. Okay. Putting this bloody mess away somewhere. Okay. All
Okay,
right.
so Megan, advice, please.
Yeah.
I'm gonna switch out my stamps. So, what is the recommended way to do this? You said to use the spray.
I just, if you're going to be using the same ink for all of the stamps,
Yes, I
keep them
am.
in rotation and put them on and pull them off as needed.
Okay,
Okay.
got it.
I just wiped my finger off onto my protective mat and it gave me an idea.
Fingerprints.
So that's what's gonna happen.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Ashley's never gonna want us to go on live together again because we're just
Or
like, what if? What
or
if?
it's gonna be like, cool, can we do this monthly? Yeah. So Kristen said the messy part of crafting is always the most fun. I agree. Okay, ready? Here we go. I only have one chance to do this.
Okay.
So I think I'm actually going to maybe
You don't wanna test it somewhere else first?
I don't know. I think I'm just gonna run with it.
Okay. Bold choice.
Okay, and then y'all can tell me if it's not gonna work or not. Okay. Yeah, I kind of like it.
Oh, looks good. Looks good.
Yeah. We can just run with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Then I will paint my whole hand here. Okay.
We're getting very encouraging words.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you. I don't know if we should be encouraged or not, but okay, ready? Here we go.
Yes.
Boop.
So good. I love it.
Not bad. I may go through with just like a little bit. Okay. There we go. Get some fingerprints in there. I don't want to take it to that point where you're like, oh shoot, maybe I shouldn't have done that. So
Yeah.
I will
it's
stop.
so hard.
I'll stop there after this one. Okay. Yeah. Had to do the handprint. Thank you guys. I'm like that. I'll take that. I love that.
Okay. Well, I've got we're doing 3 different versions. So this.
Oh, wait. I think that the boo might be backwards, Anne.
It is? No. Right? Because here's my BOO.
Nope, you're right. Is it the eek? Either the boo or the eek.
No! It is the
All one or the other is backwards. They can't both be right.
How did I mess that up?
Shoot. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
So, like.
Better now than after you pressed it, though, right?
Guys, for reals.
I have a bit of an eagle eye. It's a blessing and a curse. So I'm sorry about that.
Because I did it upside down.
That's
you know
why.
what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah.
Shoot.
Okay.
In other words, Kathy asked if the stamps can be used on the infusible ink sheets. They
I
totally,
know what I'm gonna do. Okay.
they totally could. And
So this. So I'm gonna totally take one for the team.
yeah,
And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut out a portion of each of my 3 and press it all on one. So
I
on
love
one
it.
side of one bag, we can see what is going on. So
I love that idea.
that way it's not a complete waste.
Yeah.
And it's better for comparison purposes.
Yes. Let us make the learning experiences and the trial by error for you.
Yep.
Yes. So let's see. Kathy also is asking about the ink pads. Yeah. So Kathy, the cool thing about these is essentially right now what we're doing is making infusible ink transfer sheets. Like if I took, okay, so right here I have this bloody little handprint. I could, if I wanted to, and I've got time while that's drying, I could just take this and drop it and do a little something like this and make patterns. So that is now a checkerboard, quote unquote, infusible ink transfer sheet. So, I mean, you can paint, you can make watercolor backgrounds, you can do all sorts of things. And then a little hack that I like to do is to reuse a clear carrier sheet from an iron-on project and attach this to it so that I can run it through the Cricut after it's dry and it will actually cut on it. And then I'll be able to have a really easy peasy transfer.
I love that.
I love to keep my carrier sheets. Okay. So that's just a fun little thing to do there. And then for my letters, we can kind of see them, but I want to make them a little bit more bold. So I'm going to go through and at least stamp on this middle section again.
I am salvaging this project.
Good.
It is going to happen. So I'm cutting out all the booze. Wait a minute. No, wait. Because when I put this down, no, the ink is the one that's correct, right?
So when you look at it on
Why
your,
is this so confusing? Oh, no, I'm right. You're right. Oh,
so
wait a minute. Hold on.
is backwards is the one that you need to keep.
Okay, hold on. Because if I put this down, that's going to be BOO. So that is going to spell out. I think because both words work both ways. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, actually, I think my whole thing is salvageable if I just put it upside down. So, like,
yeah.
Oh my God, they all work. Okay, I'm just. I just got to make sure when I put it down, I'm going to tape it down, and I got to make sure that I tape it down in the right direction. This is like way too much for my brain right now.
Right. Over here with my very shaky fingers trying to line up where I already have this stamp because I don't want to make that worse.
Right, because this will go.
So we're just working through mishaps over here.
Yeah, don't mind us. Don't mind us. Okay, so I'm gonna get out my thing.
Okay. And then I already have my the still on here.
Look at my desk. It's like, whoa.
Oh, same. It looks like a mess happened up here.
Let's think about this. So this is
crafted murdering case. Ooh. Okay.
This.
But you know what? Even if this reads a little wonky and a little crooked, I'm just going to run with it because, I mean, it's for Halloween, right? There's literally blood splatters all over it. So, all right. Now I think I've got the placement of that. Now I'm going to use my black ink pad. We haven't even got to like the heat pressing part yet. We're just playing over here. I love it.
Let me see what I've got.
This is the first time that Anne and I have also crafted together. So I'm really excited.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I first saw Megan when Cricket introduced something at Michael's. So you were up there, and I was like, this girl is the nicest person. Like, I didn't get to talk to her, but you can see she was just a nice person. I'm like, how is someone that nice? You were so bubbly, so clearly nice. I'm like, I'm not that person.
Oh, you're making me blush. Thank you. Oh my goodness.
So, but then I actually did not talk to you or meet you in person until another cricket event in Utah just this summer. So, and we talked about this. So I love it.
So fun. I love it.
So I've got, oh no, I'm mixing them up. Okay. So I'm doing, this is first, I'm doing the markers. So I think I got the markers all done.
I'm just cleaning my stamps real quick so that the ink doesn't dry on there too much. I mean, they do stain a little bit, but I'm fine with that. It doesn't transfer really when you go to use a stamp or when you use stamps again.
I'm going to take all this down.
And I'm also wiping off my desk where I got blood splatter. Okay. Yeah, Kathy, this is the coolest part is you don't need a sublimation printer for all of this. Like when we first started, I was sharing this. I could do this with a sublimation printer, but it wouldn't be as fun, really. I mean, yeah, you push print, you design the thing. But this was so fun and so therapeutic to just like sit there and draw and paint because I used sublimation acrylic paints for this. Artesprix also makes acrylic paint in a bottle, and you can even use that to make like watercolor transfer sheets as well. So many things.
I am almost there. Like this has used all my brain power for the week.
Has it? Okay. I'm going to use just a heat tool real quick. So if you have ear sensitivities, maybe turn your device down just real quick.
Okay.
I'll use it on low. I just want to kind of dry up this ink a little bit faster.
This is not at all what I thought, like what I had envisioned, but it is going to be amazing.
I love it.
Okay, so I've taped down my basically 3 different ways of doing it. And I've kind of just, I'm using my little splatters to cover up the areas.
Perfect.
We'll see. We'll see.
I love it. I am going to turn on my heat press.
Okay, my heat press is turned on. Now, I do want to say, because I cut all this out, there's going to be areas when I'm going to flip this over. You can see like here, it peeks through a little bit. So we're going to want the protective paper top and bottom so that you don't ruin your heat press. So I'm actually going to just sandwich it right now, because this is the kind of stuff like at the end where I mess up and I'm just like regretting it.
Also going to add a piece of paper on the inside of my bag so that I go through, because I'm going to be using a pressing pillow to try and kind of avoid some of those seams. So as unprepared as I was when we first got here, I did kind of think through a little bit of the process. I'm like, yeah, I maybe not have done this exact technique before, but I mean, it's kind of always the same, right? You design the thing, then you heat press the thing.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm setting my heat press 400 degrees for 60 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Is that where you're at, Ann?
I am, yeah. And my heat press is ready to go. So my thing is completely covered. You want to make sure that your heat touches the design so that your design is closest to the heat and then your blank, right? So protective paper, my design is sitting on top of my blank and I'm going to put it in for 60 seconds.
Okay. So I'm getting my project mat out here and then I'm going to make my sublimation sandwich. Okay. I've created quite a mess over here. A craft-tastrophe, if you will. We are stamping on copy paper. So I'm using laser copy paper and Anne was using cardstock because it's got more thickness to it. With the process she was using, it was a little bit more liquidy.
I used mixed media and I had 2 sheets of it. And then when I decided to go with the third one, I didn't have any more. So I did cardstock, 80 pound, and it was textured cardstock. So we'll see. We'll get to see all 3 of them on one.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited to see if you can see some of that texture through there.
yeah, I'm excited about that. Barbara wants to know, you don't have to put the butcher paper inside of the bag. So I did because, this is my project from, I think it was a year ago. So you can see it's super vibrant. It's the same material. It's just a smaller bag.
Mm-hmm.
And I used the ink pad, the stamp, and the markers. So yeah, I stuffed the protective paper inside.
I'm putting it on the inside because this is it's pretty saturated. So I just really want to make sure. Look, it totally bled through the back. Again, no pun intended. That was completely accidental.
I
Okay.
took a sneak peek and I like it. So let me show you.
You peaked already? Okay, my heat press is at 365. So I am putting that down. And then I'm going to put a piece of protective paper on top of this so that I don't get this ink transfer onto my heat press. Because if I get that onto my heat press, it will transfer into my next project.
Oh, and I just want to show you guys. So I see everyone's talking about the protective paper. So this is the protective paper from Artesprix. And Ashley was just saying that you can reuse this if you don't get ink. But I don't know if it's showing up on camera. But here, I mean, I'm so glad that I did cover it because you could see these colors were so vibrant. It bled through and I can see the little purple all right here. So you definitely are going to want to throw this away because this purple may bleed onto my next project if I reuse this.
Definitely. Okay. I'm gonna, here we go.
Okay. So let's look at this and see what we have. The top portion of my bag is the markers and then I sprayed the water. I kind of like that one.
Yeah, I do too.
I was worried that it was because it looked really light. This is what it looks like before I pressed it. So I was worried that the colors wouldn't shine through, but it actually I love that. Okay, then the middle portion was the ink, the refill ink, these, the ink refills. And I didn't blend it. And so it was more like concentrated. So that's what you see in this middle portion right here. And then this bottom portion, I took the foil and I smushed it up so you get like the different textures here. And the bottom one, you know what? I really can't tell. And I think it's because of the texture of the canvas, the bag. I can't tell that I did it on 80-pound textured cardstock paper. That didn't come through at all. But the colors, I mean, you can kind of see this was this color is really pretty. It's blended. So I mixed it around first with a chopstick. And then I did the water bottle spray. And so it's all like a different look. Like I feel like with the markers, you got more of a pastel.
Yep.
And then with the ink refills, you got a deeper color with it. I actually I think I like the bottom one the most. Like it really blended and it was vibrant and like this splotch right here, it's a really pretty color.
It's a super cool effect. Yeah, so Ashley just said that the shiny soft burlap complements those. It does, it almost looks glittery. Like when you first
It
showed
yeah.
it reminded me of the glitter pouches that we did a little while back. Okay.
And can we just talk about the stamps? So you could see both times I was like, okay, I thought it through, I did it right. But then when I went to go put it down, I got confused and it all still worked, but you got to
Yeah.
be really careful with those letters.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to place it just as you read it. Like just as you read it. So where it says for the, it reads right. Here you go. It reads right. And that's how I printed it. And then when you stamp it, it's incorrect. So that when you heat press it, it's correct. So it's
Yeah,
like,
and Megan, because of my two words,
yeah.
they kind of flip flop upside, like top and bottom can be reversed. And so that's where it really threw me off because then I was stamping it and then it reversed itself because the B can be top or bottom, it's still a B because it's caps. So yeah, you just gotta be really careful because I was ready to cry there. I'm like, how was that wrong?
It was
So
just
it's
upside
kind
down.
of
It
wrong,
wasn't
not really
wrong.
wrong.
Not wrong, just upside down. Or wait, or this.
Ashley says those aren't even real words.
I
Excuse
know.
me.
Carrie, I'm gonna peel mine up. Here for the booze.
I love that. You know what? Those
Pretty
colors
bloody.
are so good on this bag.
Pretty bloody. I'm glad I went over this again. I feel like it probably would have washed away a little bit.
Yeah.
And also I had to kind of only put the heat central, and I could have definitely done a better job of centering the text on here. Sorry, I nitpick myself. But I didn't get any on the bottom of the bag, which is fine because when you go to put a wine bottle in here anyways, you're not
Oh,
going to
you
see
won't
it.
see it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm really glad I re-inked those black letters too.
Um, so when you pressed it, was
Yeah.
this part hanging off because it's got the drawstring and the
Yeah, so I didn't have that part hanging off. I just had it all on the project mat, but I made sure to kind of butt that heat press right up against the drawstrings.
okay. Yeah, I like that you re-inked it because mine, if you remember, I didn't stamp mine until afterwards, but it still um it didn't come through. Like I didn't press down hard enough. That was definitely me, like when I was putting this down. So like your black looks really good. Like this one looks really good, but these are a little bit uneven. So it's definitely that was user error, but just something else to point out.
It's always
Mistakes that we make that you don't have to make.
right. So Cynthia's saying that she appreciates it. She doesn't like everything centered. So Cynthia, I made this with you in mind.
Yeah, if I could make it purposely not centered, because
Yeah.
as soon as I try to make it centered, it really drives me insane.
Yeah. I don't know why, but I kind of want to press the bottom part of this.
Do it.
Although, really, it didn't cut
No,
off
because you know what?
much,
Can you put your wine bottle in so that we could actually see it? I don't think
I'm
I
all,
got
what
a
did I,
bottle. Give me a second.
right? I don't have a wine bottle. I have tubes of vinyl. So let's look. I've got paper. We will use this in substitution for a wine bottle,
Oh,
right?
you're so pathetic.
I'm not by my kitchen right now, and I didn't. I should have thought about it and grabbed a bottle of wine up here, but I didn't.
So I have a bottle of vodka.
Okay.
No,
So-
but this was gifted to me. She put my my handle on here. Isn't it pretty? She did vinyl. So
That
I'm
is
gonna stick it.
beautiful.
I'm gonna stick. Oh, let me pull out my. You know what? I wonder because I had this in here. Did any ink come through? Okay, so they.
Fire extinguisher.
Oh, Megan, legit, I should have spelled out geek for you. I love it.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh. Okay,
I'm gonna put-
also, it did go through a little bit.
Oh, it did, because mine didn't.
I just pulled this out from the center of my wine, my bag. Okay. So then here
Oh,
we go.
yeah. So look at how much is not showing that's on the bottom, just so that you guys kind of see. So I think your bottle is perfect that way.
Yeah.
Or your bag is perfect that way.
If this were a little chunkier, yeah, you wouldn't even see that.
So if it wasn't a fire extinguisher and actually a wine bottle, it would be perfection.
I'll share it later on my Instagram with a wine bottle in it, and then we will get a better visual of what it looks like.
But you know what? This blank is, I mean, this material, like we were saying earlier, it really does capture all the colors and the details. So you can
Yeah,
kind of see. This is just a mini version of it.
I love it. That red came out true to red. And
Yeah, that's so good.
because of the different saturations of the red, it's a little realistic. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's looking a little bloody.
It's so good. It looks just like, I mean, it looks really legit. I love it. And then your handprint, yeah.
Right? Just that little. Yeah.
And I was thinking, this part up here, because we don't really, you know, I mean, I guess we could easily press this part too, because it could be a two-step with this being in the middle, dividing it. You can easily repress or do a second press and
Yeah.
the project would still look really good. But if you didn't, you can also add vinyl up here to do a name or something like that. So
Totally. Absolutely.
I love it. Thank you guys for staying with
Yeah.
us the whole time.
I'm
Next month.
with adding a little bit up here. I don't know. I like that idea.
Right? I mean, anytime that I give somebody, because I feel like we're so knee deep in crafting that, we're just like, oh yeah, of course we could do that, or we could whip it up. But anytime that I give a gift to someone who does not craft, they're always amazed by how much personalization is on there. So if you put a little vinyl or if you did a little bit more up there, whatever, I think it'd be amazing.
Which is the really cool thing about those stamps. Like, you could so easily write, whatever you wanted up there. I love it.
I love it. And next month, I'm going to be on with Ivy. So we'll be using Artesprix. And next month is actually, it's really fun because it's an unboxing. I won't know what's in there. And then we're going to do a project. So come back. I'll be on once a month doing Artesprix projects. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Megan, thank you so much. That was so fun.
That was a blast. I had so much fun. Thank you for having me.
Bye, guys.
Bye.